listen, baby. Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby.
If you need me, call me, no matter where you are, no matter how far.
Don't worry, baby.
Just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, baby. Remember the day I set you free? I told you you could always count on me, darling. From that day on, I made a vow I'll be there when you want me, some way, somehow. Oh, baby, there ain't no mountain high.
Hey guys, so over my shoulder, which you can't see until I change the exposure, is the second peak of Mount Kilimanjaro. So, here. This is the second peak of Mount Kili, the lesser known peak. Everybody knows the snow-capped sort of imagery that they use in movies, etc. But Kili has two peaks. Now, the other peak, we summit it. Every single year, we send up expeditions to climb the world's tallest freestanding mountain, to pass through some of the most wonderful and beautiful countryside you're ever going to see, ranging from rainforest to moorlands to glaciers. So you can imagine it's just such an immense undertaking and such an immensely magical experience to do it. Last year we set the world record to build the special needs children's home in Feathershill, and the world record was for the world's highest DJ set. And the expedition that went up there, who set that world record, they hulked all the gear up the mountain. They needed power banks and they needed the DJ equipment and the world's largest Bluetooth speaker, and they did it. At the very highest altitude ever on planet Earth, they had a DJ set and subsequently a party. It was a huge undertaking. A lot of people got sick from altitude sickness, and it wasn't an easy thing. It was a dangerous thing. And the guys did it to raise the money that they did for the children and to raise awareness for our children as well. Also last year there was another expedition earlier in the year which contributed towards that, since they didn't set the world record set. We have expeditions every single year. There's videos of the first expedition that we ever put up, and this is a long overdue video commemorating that and also explaining how you can come and climb the mountain as well. So at present we have people going up in September, so it might be a little short for people to fundraise, but next year and the year after we're already taking people for the climb. Climbing Kili, it's not the mountain you conquer, is a quote I read. It's not the mountain you conquer, it's yourself. And that's exactly the experience I had from people who went up the mountain on behalf of our children. They all came back changed immeasurably. Not everybody made the summit. It's not an easy undertaking. But all who did it, even if they made the summit or not, had an absolutely life-changing experience, and at the same time changed the lives beyond comprehension of the children that we care for. Some of the people who went up kindly took footage for me. and the stories I want to focus on are from the world record attempt, just to show you. So Johnny, who arranged that, Johnny 8 years prior had sat in a cave on a vision quest communicating with spirit, as he would deem it himself. He's quite shamanic in his belief systems. In there he set the intention of achieving the world's highest DJ set, and he did. He bested the former record, which was set at Everest Base Camp. But also, on a personal note, Johnny gave me permission to use this footage. It's very powerful footage, and he went up there in memory of his friends and his father, and they carried stones to the top of the mountain to commemorate as a pilgrimage for those that he loved. Also on the second climb, because Johnny went up, they carried stones to remember the children who had died in our care and the ones we were supporting outside of our care. Those stones still lay at the very roof of Africa, and they will remain there forevermore. This is the footage that Johnny took at the summit.
Yeah, that was emotional. Taking the rocks to the summit there, for those that I've lost. My dad, close friends, my close mate Mick, Lally, recently Sol and Lou. Put your rock up there, R.I.P. from the rooftop of Africa, world's highest freestanding mountain. I shed a tear there just thinking of the struggles that people go through to try and survive and things like that. I felt like I was fighting for my life there. So, and it meant a lot to me to get up to that summit and just place those stones there. Alongside what we were doing is for the children at Featherstale and the people that can't do things like this and help them. So, an emotional, very, very emotional moment. But, oh God, absolutely shattered, but yeah. One of the finer moments in life, very emotional, had me in tears. That was a very dangerous few hours, and pushed it to the limits there, pushed it to the limits. So, God bless and thank you for everybody's support, and for the power of whatever to get me up here. Thanks, Dad. Remember you're elite.
I think the effect climbing the mountain has on people is summed up very well in that footage. However, another person climbed as well, Modest. Modest is an outreach worker for Angels Gate, our centre for rehabilitating street-involved children. Modest himself was a street child. He slept on the street for 10 years of his life, no parents, and he slept in the town at the base, closest town to the base of Mount Kilimanjaro. And he said every day he would look at that mountain and he would say, I'll climb that. One day I'm going to climb that. Modest did just that. He went with the expedition, some hornbills. He went with the expedition and he summited the mountain. And I have footage from that as well to share.
So difficult, I'm so out of breath. I was feeling nauseous for the end minute. I sound like I'm punch drunk. But you know what's made this really special? Apart from we're about to have a party. He's Modest. He's with us over there. Right, Modest has come from the street to the summit. My man here. That's what makes this so special.
From street to the summit.
You know, a dream come true from his own country, looking at this mountain. And John at Featherstale and Angels Gate has made that possible, and that's just so special. And what an inspirational guy to make that dream happen himself. He's manifested it. We've just facilitated it. My God, what a feeling! What a feeling once we're up here. 2 times in 3 months. Back of the net, ain't no mountain high enough. Last night a DJ saved my life. Come and join us next time, it's all fun. It really is fun.
Round 3 for Johnny. Coming
Yes.
up early next year.
It's so much fun. It's just like that. It's just I couldn't express how much fun it is. Yeah. Only you can't breathe and you're almost crawling. But we've done it. Non-stop to the top, non-stop. Man like Modest. Going to be the best teacher in Africa for music, art and everything. Boom!
Now that aside, the team that went up were tremendous in what they achieved. Every single time we've had immense achievements. The first time they climbed in 2017, they provided the running costs food for every single child that we had for the year. The following climbs that we've had built the children's home, and there are climbs this year as well, as I've said, to help with raising the money and the awareness we need to carry on doing what we do. Climbing the mountain is often done to support charity, but that money never comes to this country where the mountain's home is. And for those who have any sort of animistic belief that there is a soul that dwells in all things, Kilimanjaro has that belief. In my recent ceremony, the locals have that belief of Kilimanjaro. In my recent ceremony to be inaugurated as a Maasai warrior, my wife and my son and I had to face the mountain. That's how integrally important the soul of this mountain is to the local persons that we help. And as we faced the mountain and we went through that ceremony, it dawned on me how powerful an image it is and how iconic it is in my life now that I live where I do, in the shadow of this glorious mountain. Going forward, the effect it has on everybody who wants to go up there is life-changing. And I think it's important that whatever you're climbing for, that you understand that. Now, that mountain's of vast importance here, and yet many people are coming from all over the world in honourable causes to climb Kilimanjaro, to raise money for things close to their heart. But I would like to see it that climbing this mountain protects the other souls that live within the foothills of that mountain, which is where we come in. It should be that something is given back, I feel. Even the charity climbs that are climbing for cancer research, even if they gave 2%, 5%, 1% to assist the children who are suffering inside the shadow of that mountain, the children inside the foothills who struggle and labour daily, the children dying inside the shadow of that mountain due to their lack of financial support for food, etc. Wouldn't it be a beautiful thing if everybody who climbed gave 1% to that cause? It would eradicate most of it, but it's not thought of yet. So directly we ask that people climb for us instead. But if you're climbing for another cause, I ask that you simply offer a percentage of what you raise to give back to that mountain and give back to the children that live inside the foothills of this amazing, iconic place on planet Earth. But for us, the amount of projects we do, I feel there's always something close to home for people. And the integral thing for me I've seen, everybody said on that final day where you're pushing and driving through the high altitude, the low oxygen, the -30 wind chills, and you've got a 16-hour trek to summit and get down so as you're safe from altitude sickness. Every single person who came to us and met the children prior to their ascent said the children were on their mind as they pushed and drove through to get to that summit. And I think that in itself, that you can see the location of Feather's Tail from that mountain for all it's a speck in the distance. And you can meet those children before you summit, even the day before you start to try to climb to summit that mountain. I feel that seems to have a very profound and huge impact on the climbers, because as I say, every climber said those children with very much a driving force and the thought of them for them getting to the top. So if you want to climb Kilimanjaro and be like the people you've seen here, then you can visit the website, go to sharetanzania.com/events, and you can submit an application, and Stuart is looking after that. He'll be back in touch with you. You can also see the climb video on that page as well for the first ever climb we did. The mountain changes lives, not just here on the ground, but everyone who has the determination to undertake it and to tackle it. And it doesn't matter who you are. We've had people in their 60s and people who are teens summit that mountain on behalf of our children. At the end of the day, as well as helping us to provide what we need for these children, it echoes that it's really not the mountain you conquer, but yourself. And I don't know anyone who didn't have a profound life-changing experience on that mountain. Love and light, guys. Hopefully we'll see you on the mountain in the coming years when my health recovers and I can join the expeditions myself. I've missed out on 4 expeditions. I very much plan to get to the summit of that mountain. God bless, guys. I hope we see you here. Bye. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, as it really helps us to grow the channel and with it help more children here in Tanzania. Also, don't forget you can support our work by sharing with children in crisis here, be it sharing for a particular need or even sharing one-on-one support for education, housing, food and medical care. It can be done for as little as the cost of a cup of coffee a week back in the West after all. Just visit www.sharetanzania.co.uk to find out more. Lastly, remember you can also support us via Patreon, www.patreon.com/featherstail, and help keep us here in Tanzania to continue our work. The links for the website and for the Patreon are in the description box of this video. Love and light, guys. See you soon.